There are a lot of factors that influence how long a retaining wall lasts. There can be things such as the material type chosen for the retaining wall. There can be factors like how experienced the installers are. And then there can be environmental considerations, what kind of weather, what kind of light conditions are there. And then lastly, there can be sort of unexpected stresses applied to a retaining wall. So we go back to the material selected. As an example, a timber retaining wall probably won't last quite as long as a concrete retaining wall or a boulder retaining wall. Obviously the wood will break down and deteriorate over time, and that'll happen more quickly than it would with, say, a concrete wall. Sort of in the middle are what people commonly see are the block walls that you see all over. They're kind of a dry stack block wall that's pre-manufactured out of concrete. Those walls don't typically last quite as long as poured concrete walls because of the fact that the concrete's porous. That allows moisture to kind of start to soak in, and over time it'll start to deteriorate the block. Also, that same, I suppose that you would call it a same characteristic of that type of block wall allows salt to kind of impede, which will speed up the deterioration process of the blocks. So it kind of goes timbers, then blocks, then sort of poured concrete and boulders. And as the life expectancies go, timbers can be 25 to 35 years. Block walls can be 35 to 50 years, and boulder walls and concrete walls can be 50 years plus, as far as material selections go. When you switch to taking a look at the expertise of the installer, that might be the second most important consideration in how long a retaining wall lasts. Improperly installed retaining walls may not last a day. Walls that are really well installed will extend the life of the wall. So as an example, if you have a timber wall and you install the right type of backfill material behind the timber wall, it'll keep the back of the wall dry, or more dry at least, which will extend the life of it by not allowing it to deteriorate and rot so fast. Similarly, if you are putting in a boulder wall, the expertise of the installer knowing what angle to set the rocks, how to put the rocks together, what fabric to use behind it, all these factors will influence dramatically how long a block wall lasts. So there's some examples of how the actual installer himself has a huge influence on it. Sort of unexpected conditions can be massive rainstorms or broken pipes that flood an area, or car crashes, or any of these types of things can obviously shorten up and damage a wall. As a general rule of thumb, those are kind of the most important factors.